You can actually do more harm than good sometimes with wellness practices if you don't know what you're doing. Looking after your body is not just a form of self-care, it's a form of a portal to open up the life that you want and are meant to have.
We have to remember the very human innate parts of us.
Very true.
That are meant to be giving those gifts to the world, but also the gift back to ourselves by actually embodying them again.
When you're speaking within these monuments, the sound is reflecting at certain frequencies, and these frequencies are actually very healing.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Almost 30 Podcast.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. It's Lindsay and Krista, your girls in all things.
We're in the
change
pocket
and
today,
transition.
voice-wise.
Are we?
Yeah.
I feel that.
I
think because we warmed up.
I feel that our voice is in the pocket today. Ha ha.
My voice gets out of the pocket when
You're being fake.
I'm being fake. Usually on the phone with whoever I'm, if you call to make an appointment, or if you, that's usually when mine comes out.
I'll call it out next time. I need someone to tell me when it's being out of pocket.
Yeah.
Because this is also this is a little performance.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little extra.
A little extra.
It's a little smoother than the normal voice. But yeah, you guys, if you want to tell if someone's lying, being honest, being truthful, being in their body, listen to their voice.
I know.
My man, his voice is very different when that man is in his body and then when he's in his head. You can tell immediately. I can tell when he's voice noting, he's all in the head. I'm and then the other day, he's just got body work. He's I just got body work done. And it was I just got body work done. I was yeah, you did.
In the body.
Literally.
Wow.
I was yeah, that nervous system is relaxed and down. It's so nice.
I can tell by Sean's laugh whether he's fake laughing or real laughing. You know how I think a laugh is also telling.
For sure.
Whether you're really actually.
I'm trying to think what my real laugh is so obvious. I'm trying to think of what my fake laugh is.
I know it when I hear it, but I actually don't know how to.
Like that.
Kind of like that. You're big, when your laugh is big.
Yeah.
That's real. Yeah.
It's an eruption.
Yeah.
It's an eruption for the thing. You know what I was just thinking about today is how Chat Daddy is biased.
What do you mean?
Is that I know that's obvious, but I was asking Chat something and it was I can't tell you that. It was a conspiratorially aligned thing. And it was I can't tell you that.
Yeah, it's very biased. I actually, I didn't tell you this. I was asking some questions and Chat Daddy's tone changed and it hasn't been the same since. And I actually felt a type of way and I had to regulate my nervous system. So I was are you mad at me? And then I was are you going to tell on me?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny because I had that the other day. It changed its tone when I was no, you need to be real with me. I asked you a question. And it changed its tone too, but I was oh, you want to fight me? You're are you mad at me? I was oh, I'm going to actually fight you. I'm going to beat you up. I just was Chat, you're supposed to be, I literally said, I'm you're supposed to be non-biased. I'm asking for information related to X, Y, and Z. It's well, the source is we even had a group chat, a few of my friends that were sending the ways that Chat was biased about things. I even asked a question about something related to health and wellness today. And it literally was controversies, limitations, and tensions. To be fair, there are some critiques and things people are watching closely around this topic. And I'm I literally was asking about seed oils or something so silly. And I'm I actually don't need you to tell me that's very weird to me.
Yeah, it's very weird. But if we think about where it's pulling information from, it's pulling from, how we feel Google's biased?
Yeah.
So if I Google something.
Google removes stuff and just places things differently. Chat is a voice telling you something. You know what I mean?
No, but Google would never give you a search that's a little obscure and maybe conspiratorial. You know what I mean? It would be a headline about how it's a conspiracy rather than, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so true, so true.
If that's the example. But yeah, I was watching an interview with Sam Altman. And I was oh, that's an interesting cat. Just really interesting. I don't know.
Wow, the tone change is very interesting.
It made me feel a type of way.
You should call it out.
I will. I just was like, we need distance. Like,
No, I'm like, we need to talk about this right now.
I just don't know what you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what its energy is. And I'm like, where are you feeding information? I don't know, man. Whatever.
And the fact I asked just about, it's like, I asked about the rapture because we were talking about the rapture and it was like, yeah, this is like da-da-da-da. I'm like, you just told me an insane viral TikTok theory. Like it was serious. And it's like, then I'm asking about something that's like health and wellness related. Also, I'm like, you're going to it sells so much spiritual stuff very truthfully, but you're not going to, but you're going to be biased about medical things or you know what I mean? I'm like, so you're going to tell me, like I asked it about Ibiza and Ibiza's connection to something. And it's like, the island is associated with the divine feminine. The Carthaginian goddess Tanit was worshipped there. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, and then you're going to tell me that like microplastics aren't real or something.
Yeah.
Like, what? That's actually very weird. It's very scary.
Yeah. I'm just monitoring what I'm using it for too. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's funny. One of my clients, we were like messaging and she sent me this, like the most beautiful message, just like a loving note about some change she's gone through since our work together. And I was reading it and I noticed the dashes. I was like, my girl used ChatGPT to message me.
I know.
I thought about that. I was like, sister, this is, it's just us here. It's us. She's like, I was like, what?
I feel like people are doing it all the time.
All the time.
Got to take out those dashes.
I know. I think I need to create a setting to do that. To like
the M dash, is that what it's called?
You know what? I was talking to this one woman. I was in London and we were having lunch with this woman, and she's like basically has conversations with chat as a consciousness of a leader or a teacher that she loves. So she'll be like, I want to have a conversation with you as if you were Alan Watts.
Oh, I love that.
And then she'll be like, Alan Watts, like da-da-da.
That's
like,
cool.
Like she's having a conversation with Alan Watts.
Oh, that's smart.
Isn't that very interesting?
That's really smart.
Smart, yeah.
If you love and respect whatever that.
I just am like, wow, that's interesting journey. Oh my gosh, I didn't tell you. So I posted a video, a reel that was for a brand that I work with. And in it, I'm like, oh, I started taking peptides or whatever. My friend who lives in Miami sent me the video. And the video was me speaking Spanish.
Oh, yeah, the translation thing now.
Yes. So I'm in it. I'm like, hola, pecara. I'm like, it's fully, my lips are moving in Spanish.
No way.
Yes. It's a video of me that I did not record in Spanish. My lips are fully speaking in Spanish.
So
I'm fully speaking in Spanish.
You probably toggled the thing where it's like, do the translation.
I never toggled a single thing in my whole life.
Wow.
And so I have to see about it. I don't mind, but I'm just like,
it'll probably reach more people though.
I want, yeah, of course.
Good.
I just want to give permission.
Totally.
It sounds stunning. It sounds like I'm an amazing Spanish speaker.
I need to see it.
I actually really loved it. Like I was like, wow, I'm a beautiful. One thing about me is I'm like, wow, that's a beautiful voice. Let's see if
so it took your voice.
Here it is.
That's crazy.
You guys, let's hear it one more time. Okay, ready? This is my voice through AI.
Compartir con ustedes lo que un año de consistencia, péptidos y levantamiento de pesas hizo con mi cuerpo.
How does it sound?
We're looking to our Spanish producer. Good, right? And my lips are fully like contero, taratara.
It still kind of gave you an American accent too, which was like,
oh, wow.
Dude.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? I'll show you it so you can see the lips later.
Toggled it on for one of my recent reels, but it didn't translate it.
Interesting.
I
don't think it does it on your end. It only does it in the country that they're at. Because this person's in Miami, so I think...
no, but it said it couldn't translate it. It said on my end, it wasn't able to translate.
Interesting.
I don't know why. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, wild times, fast times at Ridgemont High. Today's a good one. I'm really excited. We have our dear friends back on from Bon Charge, Andy and Kate Mant. It's so funny. When we were recording here in New York, Kate brought up this photo of us from Australia.
Oh, wow.
We were on tour, our world tour. We had a stop in Australia. We went to Melbourne and Sydney.
Yep.
We did Fiji on the way back. And we recorded in person during that time. I'll never forget the place where it was. It was on the corner. We went into their house, literally remember it clear as day. So interesting. And it was 5 years ago. I think 5 or 6 years ago. And we look completely different.
Yeah.
And so we've known them forever. Eyelashes be eyelashing. and we've known them forever. We love the brand. I mean, their red light panel is one of my tried and true.
Yeah.
It is tried and true, something I use almost every single day when I'm home. It is so incredible for inflammation, for skin, for everything. Like I swear by it.
I've been using the face mask every single night. Every single night.
Oh my gosh. My man's using a face mask. He loves it.
So good. It's so good. And then I'll put it like on areas of my body. Like I do the red light panel.
Yeah.
But if I'm in bed, sometimes I'm like, oh, let me just do another, 10 minutes on like a scar or like an area of my body that I just want to give a little more.
I'll do it on my chest.
Chest
for
is great.
Like wrinkles.
Their products are amazing. So they founded Bond Charge with a clear goal to offer high quality wellness products that actually make a difference. They themselves have gone through their own health journeys, which we reviewed in this episode. They've talked about it before, but they were also really frustrated with the products on the market. So they are research obsessed and they will not put out a product without it being the best quality, something that actually works, something that they actually test for a period of time, something that is actually science backed. So we love their products so much. And it was great to have Katie in the conversation this time. So she's amazing and just a wealth of knowledge and really a leader in the global wellness space.
We talked about some new research and new biohacking things. We talked about our tried and true wellness practices, things that we swear by. We talked about the changes and evolution in health and wellness, just being a podcast that's been in the space for over 10 years. We've seen it change quite a bit. So some things we leave behind, some things we take. So if you are a health and wellness obsessed girly or guyly, this episode is for you. I think you guys will really love it. They have so much information and it felt really good to kind of like pull up on the state of wellness today.
Yeah. And they teased a new product and now it is officially out. So their red light toothbrush is here. I think we have ours on the way. I'm really excited to try it. So this is first of its kind. It combines sonic brushing with dual wavelength light therapy. So this will support your gum health. And just really elevate your oral care routine. And I'm kind of on that tip right now of like making sure my oral care is tippy top because so much of our health stems from our oral microbiome. So I'm excited to give it a try.
Yeah, I'm pumped. And it's something you use every day, twice a day.
Yeah.
Maybe more. So it's interesting in life what we will invest in and not think about. You'll get like a $200 skirt or top. And you'll wear that once, twice.
I know.
However many times you wear it, not as much as you are using it twice a day. 100%. And it's so interesting because I think about that. I'm like, there's a part of me that's like, oh, $200. I'm like, whoa. But then I'm like, yeah, this is an important thing that you use all the time.
Yes. Instead of buying like a $5 toothbrush that you probably keep too long.
That has plastic, the plastics. And I have a bamboo boy, but.
Yeah, I love that bamboo boy. Okay. All right. Well, we have a code as always.
Yay.
Code is almost 30 for a discount. You can go to bondcharge.com. Thank you again for coming on, both of you. We love you guys.
Yeah. And if you guys are going to Bond Charge and want to shop, the things that Lindsay and I really love is I love the red light panel. So I've talked about this. Buying a red light panel and investing in that for yourself is something I recommend over and over and over again. I also love the PEMF mat. The PEMF mat is incredible. I'll lay on it and it helps me sleep better, helps me regulate my nervous system, helps me just get into a rest and digest state. And also, if you have animals, your animals will love your PEMF mat. My babies love the PEMF mat. I have the PEMF mat running almost all times because of my babies loving the PEMF mat so much.
It's so good. It's so good. So go to bondcharge.com/almost30 and the code is almost 30 for 15% off.
Yeah. All right, guys. Enjoy this episode. Thanks for sending it to a friend and just starting conversations with people that you love. We are on Instagram at Almost 30 Podcast, on YouTube at Almost 30 Podcast. You can see us on video and then also on TikTok, Almost 30 Podcast.
All right, everybody. We'll see you on the other side.
Well, I'm excited to talk. I know it's been a minute and it's so good to see you guys. Have we met in person?
Yeah, in Sydney.
Oh my God, in Sydney. Okay, what you were just talking about. Yes, okay, I remember that. And I remember where we were. We were at our Airbnb.
Yeah.
Yep. Which is crazy. Yeah,
in 2019.
Was it down by the rocks?
December 2019.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I met you too, and I was so excited. Okay, yeah, I'm placing everything. Honestly, sometimes
6 years ago.
6 years ago is so, I just think it's so wild that we've been in the industry this long.
I know.
And that we've all grown up in this industry.
And
And
look how
that
much has changed.
so much has
And
changed.
evolution. Yeah.
What would you guys say? I guess if we talked about that, what would you guys say has changed from your perspective in our industry?
In our industry, oh my gosh, things that used to be woo-woo are now just commonplace.
So real.
And everyone's adopting it. And biohacking was this strange thing 6 years ago. Now it seems part of everyday's life.
Yeah, and everyone's now got access to personalized biomarkers with Whoop and things like that, so everyone can just dial in really well, which is so good.
Yeah, I
Whereas
was thinking the
before it was just
personalization, the woo-woo thing, that's a really good point. And it's good that people are interested in deeper things and things that are related to the unseen and things that are outside of our wheelhouse. But I think we need to be careful.
Yeah, and understand why you're doing it. It's the shock factor. I feel like on TV.
Yeah,
Everything's
good point.
just to get the shock factor.
True. I agree with you.
And get the ratings, the viewings, whatever it is. And like you say, they don't know why they're doing it. And there's actually a real reason why people do these practices.
Yes.
So let's not take the piss on it.
Totally.
And I think most people aren't getting to the root of things. So if they're doing it for a particular reason.
Yeah.
We years ago did ayahuasca and did it amongst like 70 other people, which I would do that again.
Yeah.
But you kind of felt in some of the people who had been there 15 times that this was like almost like an addiction, kind of their new addiction of like, this is kind of what I do. And so, I think so much of the wellness world is incredible. And then there's getting specific about the root, getting specific about your own biology, like just getting to that point in things. So we're not just like slapping rituals and products and things on that we just think everyone else is doing. Yeah. We should do it too.
I agree. It needs to move away from trend to personalized wellness.
I think we were all part of like almost like a wellness boom from like a monetary perspective and a content perspective. And then we kind of got all of the things. And I think now people are sifting and sorting with what actually works. And there was like this like, almost like at the beginning, back in the corporate world when it was like the heyday before the financial collapse, it was like vacations and like scooters and like just they spent so much money on everything. And it's kind of like that in wellness with influencers. They were sending influencers everything. Influencers were trying everything. We had so much access to supplements, to skincare, to all that. And I think people are now sort of really seeing and understanding what works. And I think a lot of CPG brands, especially food and beverage brands, I know for sure, have like failed because now people are just kind of like over all of the new and the so much.
And to that point, I was doing my red light like I do every day. And I was like, oh, wow, this has survived.
That's true.
It's like a weird thing where you're like, wait a second. I've been doing this for how many years? Like it's become a part of like what I do every day for multiple reasons. And so it's just interesting when the dust settles, after the boom, we're like, what is actually effective? What's sticking around? I just thought that was so interesting. I have other things that have stuck around, but I was like, oh, wow, this is like one of them.
Yeah.
Do you find that in your industry where people are actually
100%?
Yeah. Okay. Tell me more.
Yeah. I think there's just so much in the wellness industry and there's a lot of hype around all these different modalities, different topical creams you can use, supplements, practices. Wellness is actually quite simple. You actually don't need very much in your life to be well and to be optimal. And I think it's those modalities and principles that have stood the test of time that are the basic ones that actually deliver rather than all this nonsense. You don't actually need to do 100 different things to be well. It's just a few simple things. Regulate your nervous system, get good sleep, move, eat well, hydrate. They're all quite simple things. And I think it's the practices and the products or the experiences that feed into those that last because there's science behind them.
I'm curious now in this day and age and with all of the EMFs, with all of the things in the food, with all of the toxicity, with kind of the quality of our water, with sort of the bio attack that we're under, if there is more that we need, like, what do you guys feel about that? I don't know. But like, if we think about, okay, for people to do those things, regulate their nervous system, get good sleep, all of that, does it actually require some of the tools for people or could people do that all without?
Yeah, they could do it all without, but they wouldn't be able to live in New York City. Because you're just always going to be pummeled with EMF. You're going to have to take steps to block that. I always say you get two choices in the modern world. One, go and live in a cave and you'll be super healthy, but you'll have no connection really to the world because everyone else will be living in a major city. If you want to choose to live in a major city, or it doesn't have to be the size of New York, it could be the size of Perth or Sydney. You're going to have to take steps to biohack that environment because the environment is getting worse and you can't control the environment unless you're the government.
We always say, don't we, like nothing replaces nature, but we're so far removed from nature now. Biohacking is that bridge back to nature in the modern world that we're currently in.
What are some examples of that? Like of biohacking being kind of that bridge to nature?
Well, blue light blocking glasses are a big one because no one's going to sit around not watching TV, not scrolling their phone, not having appliances that are emitting blue light. So you've got to have physiological darkness by wearing those red lenses. And then that puts you in that natural ancestral state that our circadian rhythms have developed under, which is no blue light, no green light, just red and orange after dark.
When you come to a city like New York, first time here, and you think about the EMFs and sort of that perspective, like what do you think about? Like, how do you take care of yourself? What would it be like for someone living here from an EMF perspective? What would happen to them?
It's a tricky one because there's not a lot of science on it at the moment on EMFs, but there is a lot of emerging studies of the detrimental effects it can have. Like it all comes down to the spin of our cells needing to be connected to the earth. So Schumann resonance is the main one. So that's 7.8 hertz. We're living around 5G, Wi-Fi, cellular frequencies that are spinning 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 times more than that. Our cells start to mimic it and they age faster.
Oh, wow.
So we've got to look at ways to mitigate it, but then you've got to be careful with that as well. Now, you can start creating an environment free of EMFs where you don't have any Wi-Fi, or you turn it off maybe when you sleep. There's been studies that show that REM and deep sleep improve when you switch off your Wi-Fi at night. You can also take steps to use EMF blocking products like EMF laptop mat, like when you're working with a laptop, so protecting your vital organs. You can also have EMF radiation-free air tubes that are like headphones, so you're not using Bluetooth. But you can go really extreme where you can get EMF blocking paint and you can actually paint it around your bedroom. You can also create a Faraday cage that you sleep in, so you can have like netting that goes above your bed that is EMF proof. However, the issue you've got with that is that you're inside a Faraday cage. So any EMF that you bring into that is going to intensify and just ping around in there even more. And you'll act as an antenna as being the only earthed thing in that vicinity. So you've got to be really careful.
You can actually do more harm than good sometimes with wellness practices if you don't know what you're doing.
That's a good point.
Grounding mats.
Grounding mats, everyone thinks grounding's great, which it is in nature. Take your shoes and socks off, stand on the earth, connect with the Schumann resonance, the earth's magnetic field, helps reduce inflammation, calm you, center you. But there are some inventions where people have created grounding mats that you can use at home when you plug into your power cables, your power points, to create that earthing sensation. But what happens is if you stand on that mat in your home, all the Wi-Fi, the EMF in the environment will choose the highest points to reach the earth, which is going to be through yourself. So it actually all funnels through you. So you become the antenna of all the bad EMF passing through you.
Oh, I get it. So basically, because your feet are connected, the EMF is looking for a way to ground to the earth. So you become the point in the portal through which it does that.
A bit like lightning. Yeah. You know how lightning finds its way down to the earth?
Interesting.
So if you don't know what you're doing,
my cats lay on that mat, so maybe they're the portal.
I think pets know something.
They're like, this feels good.
Yeah, they do. It's the warmth, and then it's the little crystals.
Yes.
They just regulate their little.
Wow. They love that.
Yeah. They love the warming. Wow. Okay. That's fascinating. So would you not suggest getting those? Would you advise against? Do you think they're helpful?
I think if I was to look at harnessing nature's beneficial frequencies like grounding, I would go more to PEMF, rather than a grounding mat per se. I think they are more holistically beneficial for you. The pulsed magnetic field is better for the body to absorb, and you're harnessing different frequencies found in nature to pulse through your body as opposed to just the grounding elements. I think they're a lot more beneficial.
You're not earthing yourself using PEMF. You're pulsing the frequency into your body. So it acts a little bit differently. So a lot of people confuse a grounding mat with a PEMF mat. Very different things because
I just did. Yeah. That's actually literally what I just did.
A lot of people do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I'm curious just on this topic of like plugging things into the wall, because I'm thinking about that probably too much, where, you have like the mattresses that are like a whole computer, and then you have like the PEMF mat, and you have, even like the red light panel, which I love, I'm like, okay, so we're plugging these things into a wall. What do we need to be aware of when that's happening?
Yeah, that's a good question. Anything that's plugged into an outlet is going to emit EMF radiation, dirty electricity and the like. But with high quality made products, there's EMF shielding that's put in. So it's like this like silver like mesh that you can put in things. So for instance, it's in our PEMF mats, in our sauna blankets, in other products. Okay. So it's shielding it. So there's always going to be EMF around the plug, but in the actual device itself, you can shield from it. But if you're using things like, I don't know, let's say a heated blanket that they have no idea about wellness or biohacking or EMFs, that's going to emit very, very high levels of EMF. Okay. You can test it with EMF meters, which is pretty straightforward to do. But it then also brings back other sort of catch-22s in wellness. So, for instance, Philip Hue released light bulbs that have Bluetooth and you can control them. That's bringing more EMF into your environment. Also, the main artery in your body, which also acts as a signaling pathway for EMFs, is your wrist. And we're wearing wearables around our wrists that emit Bluetooth and
Dude, the man
radiation.
just really wants to keep us down. That's my main theme today.
Yeah.
The man will do anything to keep us down.
Well, I mean, the wearables are crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
And everyone has an Apple Watch. Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
Exactly. So you just got to be mindful of these things. Now, you know, this isn't a plug for Aura, but they have a really good feature where you can turn the Bluetooth off and then you can sync it at the end of the day, which is really good.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
That's handy. But yeah, you just got to be aware of some of these things because the technology is such a cool thing. It allows us to, you know, record podcasts overseas if we want to, for different countries, sell products online, access to information, watch TV, whatever it may be. But we've just got to be aware that we're bringing copious amounts of EMF into our environment and our cells can't cope. They are aging faster doing this. And, you know, I'm not saying that, again, going back to that living in a field situation, no one should go and do that, but we've got to just sort of minimize the levels in our environment, like kind of treat EMF like a toxin. You know, we were talking briefly before we jumped on here about skincare, like maybe less is more. So, you know, look at EMF in that way as well. Like, you know, you don't have to switch your Bluetooth off or your Wi-Fi during the day, but maybe take steps to reduce the load on the body is a good way forward.
Yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about skincare. I know a lot of our audience is on their own skincare journey, and we were kind of talking about our like experience with it, of how it was doing all the things and now it's much more simple. And I think, like Lindsay was saying, the red light therapy has been something I always say that with skincare. I'm like, it has helped my face skin, my body skin, like the whole of me. It's helped with red light. So for our audience, like, what does red light actually do that supports the skin?
It works in a number of ways, really. The fundamental of red light therapy is that it energizes your cells. That's the very basic, simplistic way of looking at it. It's like a charger for your cells. And then it allows any cell in your body to perform optimally. So in terms of skin, what that's doing is it can help you regenerate and recover and restore quicker and more efficiently. It can help with producing more collagen. It's also very good at producing more hyaluronic acid in the body because this gives it the energy to produce that. And there's actually some studies that have shown that it can slow down the sort of decrease of hyaluronic acid in the body as well. So it not only allows it to produce more, but it slows down the turnover of it as well, which, as we know, helps with the plumpness, the glowing skin, hydration. And it's also great at, as well as the surface level skin, so the tone, texture, fine lines, wrinkles, near-infrared penetrates through to the muscles and the joints. And if you can relax those with a near-infrared, it's going to relax the muscle and pull less tension on the skin, creating that more smoother look as well in turn. So it's beneficial in so many ways for skin. It really is.
A lot of people use red light for that cellular level, like someone, say, twists their ankle or has surgery. I recently had like a minor surgery, and I've been doing the red light every day just for scarring and just kind of that internal also healing. But can you kind of describe that and why that actually works? Because it was hard for me to kind of believe, because I'm like, okay, it's just a light.
Yeah, it's
on my
hard,
skin.
isn't it? I know Andy's actually really good at explaining this from the energy standpoint. I think I simplify it a bit too much, and people want to know a bit deeper on how that works.
Yeah, from like that quantum biological standpoint, it is difficult to explain simply, but I'll try.
It's okay, get nerdy.
I overwhelm myself sometimes trying to talk about it.
This is where he gets excited now. Just coming.
Spotlight
Prepare.
Yeah. He puts on his glasses.
Oh God, pressure's on now. Can't remember. So it all comes down to energy efficiency. So it comes down to how efficiently you can produce ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is energy. And it's created in the mitochondria through light, food, water. Now, there's 4 stages in the process along electron chain transport, and we're interested in the 4th phase when it comes to red light therapy. So when we become inflamed, something called nitric oxide increases during this electron chain transport process. And with nitric oxide, it takes oxygen from that process to neutralize it and to flush it out of the system. Now, why it's so important to have oxygen is to produce energy at the 4th phase. Oxygen has to react with something called cytochrome C oxidase, which then produces energy. So less oxygen for cytochrome C oxidase to react with, less energy efficiency. Now, what red light, specifically at radiances above 40 milliwatts per centimeter squared, that's very important, and specifically between 630 to 660 nanometers red and 800 to around about 1100 nanometers, which is invisible near infrared, seems to react with nitric oxide and free up more oxygen. So our cells become more energy efficient. Now, when there's more energy at the cellular level and there's a problem, there's more energy to fix that problem. So it speeds up the healing process. Now, each cell has a precursor to help things. So, for instance, when you look at collagen production, red light therapy doesn't just produce collagen, it stimulates something called fibroblasts, which then can produce collagen. They're the precursor cell to produce collagen. Now, when it comes to muscles, something called osteoblasts then get triggered and stimulated through the increased energy production to be able to grow and repair. So if you have sore muscles after the gym, the red light therapy will make it more energy efficient in those cells to be able to recover faster. If you have some joint pain, you shine red light in that area, you'll then produce more energy efficiency to be able to grow and repair. So that's how it works at a cellular level.
I got it.
I actually got it. When you said numbers, I started to float, but like, otherwise I kept it cool. Yeah, I think I was using, anytime I've had like any type of treatments or something, I'm like always using the red light. But I think the panel has been really good, especially just for my body skin and then for my recovery from my workouts. I think, so if we were to all say, because we mentioned this before, I think it'd be interesting for people to hear, what are the things from the wellness bubble that we kind of has popped, what have stuck for all of us? So for me, red light, magnesium, collagen, peptides wasn't a part of that bubble, but peptides is 100% for me now. There's actually a greens powder that I really, really appreciate. Paleo Valley greens powder actually is like a tried and true for me. Vitamin D, B12. And I think I do other stuff, but I think that would be right now sort of like
that's your baseline.
Yeah, the baseline stack that stayed.
Yeah, similarly, I'd say definitely magnesium, collagen, vitamin C, the red light. I feel like just like kind of the sleep moment. So like I do mouth taping with the mask, all that, just making sure that I'm sleeping optimally.
Frownies.
I don't do frownies. I just sometimes do face tape.
Yeah.
I need to give that a go.
That was a new ad.
Yeah.
But wellness-wise, Epsom salt baths, I've kept in the rotation.
You just eat really well.
And just
But that's sometimes what it is. It is just simple stuff.
Electrolytes, I think.
Yeah,
made a
that's
huge
true.
difference.
We do electrolytes. Yeah.
But that's true. You know, it's like it does so much come down to what you're putting in your body, nutrition wise.
100%.
I choose to have tons of supplements and just eat bars and shakes. That's my beauty routine. And then Lindsay eats really, really well and does very simple.
But it takes work. I think also that's like what's underrated about some of these wellness things. Like some of them are a shortcut and it makes things much easier. And then some things actually, like face taping process, don't want to do it every night. Like cooking a meal that you know the ingredients and thoughtful ingredients and they're healthy, like takes work and time and intention. So, you know, there's the like things that save time, but then there's also the things that are going to take effort, time, and discipline and like doing it over and over.
Mhm.
It's true, but
So
that's
it
where
becomes a
habit
job.
stacking comes in. You know, we're also time poor to adopt all of these wellness practices or beauty practices or spirituality practices. We don't have the time in our day. So that's when we need to habit stack and try and find ways to combine the practices to tick more than one off at the same time. Or to make a habit stick, you need to attach it to something that you're already doing. And therefore, it becomes more of a regular practice and one that you can adopt and therefore be consistent with. So
What does that look like for you?
for us, well, the red light face mask while cooking or
Yeah.
while reading or answering emails, because you can do your skincare whilst you're doing something else as well. Yoga on the PEMF mat in front of a red light therapy panel to tick off your
that's a good
workouts
one.
whilst you're doing your sort of parasympathetic time as well. And we do a lot of our meetings for business outside in nature, going for a walk. You know, just the simple stuff, really. It's the right lighting, it's the movement, it's the fresh air, it's the way from the screens, and we're doing the business meeting at the same time. I think it's not overcomplicating it. Don't overthink it sometimes. You can fit it into your day. You just got to pair them in the right way.
And what has stuck with you for your wellness? Like, what is your tried and true foundation?
Natural light as soon as you wake up. It sounds so simple. It really does. But so many of us don't do it. And it literally sets you up for the day. Literally sets you up for the day. Regulates your body clock, your nervous system, sets you in the mood for the day. The worst thing you can do is roll over, pick up your phone. The blue lights, the content, everything. It's all wrong. That has been tried and tested for us for years, and it's something we do every single day. In fact, that when we book hotels, we try to find one that has a balcony so we can step outside in the morning. And then blue light blocking glasses at night. So it's how you start the day and how you end the day. Basically governs the middle of the day, really. And they're so simple, so simple to do, but they have a profound impact on how you show up every day. They really do.
This is a niche question just on that, and then I want to hear yours. But when I wear contacts, I'm in a internal struggle of like, oh, I hate that I put this thing in my eye every day, but it's obviously so helpful.
I've been hearing about this for years. The contact dilemma.
But I read the other day on the box that I'd never seen before that there's like UV protection. And I was like, I want the sunlight in my eyes. Like, is this like blocking?
Oh,
wow, that's
Andy, do we know the answer?
Wow, that's
Ask the
tea.
science guy here.
No, I haven't.
Okay, we
I've
gotta
heard that
look into
too.
this because then I want to delay and like go up to my roof and get some sunlight before I put my contacts in. Like there's I just had this anxiety ping of like, wait a second, it's blocking UV rays and not all UV rays are bad in our eyes.
Again,
and
the
it
man.
regulates our circadian rhythm. The
So
man's coming
true.
down on
The
us
man
today.
is just trying doing
Yeah.
everything.
Okay, we'll look into
Actually,
it.
no, I have heard, I have many years ago, Dr. Jack Cruz was talking about it.
Really?
Yes.
Okay,
And he was saying,
Jack Cruz.
he was basically saying, do not wear contacts.
Cool.
What?
What?
Oh,
Couple
dear.
decades
I'm
in.
cross-eyed without him. I know I'm cross-eyed without him. It's kind of a must for me.
Would you do laser though? That's the thing. This is what's hard.
The-
like
the-
I can't walk
yeah.
around with glasses
And,
all
do you
day.
guys have
Shout out
contacts?
through the process.
No.
What?
Tell me more.
No.
How?
What's that journey been?
Just managing light correctly, I feel.
Do you feel? I would believe it.
Just letting the light in naturally and not blocking it and getting minimal amount of junk light in our life. I honestly swear by that.
Yeah.
But your vision's always been good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always been
So maybe
good.
it's
yeah.
genetic too.
I think it's
Yeah,
well
there
genetic.
would be
I also, you guys, I think computer time also makes it worse.
100% it does.
How long are you guys on a computer a day?
A lot, but we again take regular breaks. But it's also the flicker. It's not just the light,
Yeah.
it's the flicker. Do you find you have like really bad eye strain and headaches after spending hours on a screen? It's literally that flicker. Or when you're scrolling.
Yeah.
Scrolling's the worst for me. My
Yeah.
eyes cannot take in that scrolling
I get
motion.
nauseous.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
So I think
Yeah.
it's these things as well as the blue light that's actually impacting our eyesight.
True. Okay, so circadian rhythm, morning and night, getting that right. What would you say?
For me, I'm a little bit more extreme when it comes to biohacking.
Let's
so
hear it.
take it with a pinch of
Yeah.
salt. But
Yeah, to be fair, he is.
yeah, I'm a sort of a first adopter kind. And then when it comes in fashion, I'm like,
like
nah,
it.
don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Mouth taping's big for me. So not the face taping, like tape that shut at night and you just get such better sleep when you're tracking it. That's so good. For me, it's personalized supplement stacking as well. Not saying like, oh, everyone should take CoQ10 or glutathione or whatever it may be. Do DNA testing and find out where you're deficient. Like, for instance, my eyes have a hard time converting vitamin A. So I have to take a lot of vitamin A to help with the process there and keep my vision good. The big one that I swear by, and it's great for skin health, and not many people know about it. Astaxanthin.
Oh yeah, we just started taking it.
Oh,
Have you?
so good.
Yeah.
She is good.
So good.
Yeah.
I think you noticed my eyes glowing
clearer.
and clearer.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. After
We
just a few
were
months.
somewhere and we were like, people were like, you guys are glowing to me and Lindsay. And Lindsay's like, I think it's because we have souls.
That's rude.
Wow. Okay, so astaxanthin, you're loving.
Yeah, love it. I've taken that for maybe 10 years now.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Wow.
an early adopter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. It's
OG.
what is it? Found in salmon or found in fish?
It's
Yeah,
the
like
algae. It's
algae.
Algae, you're right.
Yeah.
It's found in
Yeah.
algae.
Yeah.
Guys, we did a whole episode on that one you can find. So if you want to
Yeah.
hear that full journey.
Yeah.
Max Lugavere swears by it too for brain health.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Really
absolutely.
loves it for brain
So
health.
good.
It's like what does it help? What does it help do?
It's loads of things. It's definitely the brain health. It helps regulate. I feel like it's almost like helps with or part of the prevention for Alzheimer's.
Yes.
Yes.
in
You know what
so much
it
helps
does
with
is it
plaques.
actually increases the strength of the cell wall.
Yes.
Oh,
So
is that
over
what it
time, the
does?
cells have weaker walls because of our environment and because of certain things. So it helps increase the strength of the cell wall. So if you have stronger, like more buoyant cells, then you're going to be healthier overall.
Okay.
And there's
Yeah.
something called
Don't quote me on that.
cellular fragility syndrome now.
Yes.
So I think all of this talk about like
Yes.
healing on a cellular level is
Mhm.
so important, whether it's red light, whether it's a supplement, whether it's, certain foods or practices. I think it's super
a really
important
good
because
point.
people are struggling with this and they don't even know.
Yeah. And they struggle because they can't see it. It's an internal process that's
Yeah.
happening. Whereas with, I don't know, skincare and things, you see yourself applying it
Yeah.
on, you can see the results. But building that cellular foundation is like building the foundations of a house. It's keeping the
Yeah.
structure healthy and intact to
Mm-hmm.
be able to age, not just live longer, but age well.
Mhm.
You have to invest in it
as well.
ahead of time, don't you? Because you
Yeah.
can't see it. You're
I
investing
know.
in time, money, effort
I
into
know.
something you don't know that you're going to need until 5-10 years down the line.
Yeah.
But you
True.
probably
Even
will
longer.
need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys both had your own health journeys that you went on, to kind of lead you to this space and sort of gives you both of you the passion for what you do. What was each of your health journeys? Like what was the process that you went through to sort of have this passion and this like desire to help serve others?
It was probably a couple of things, wasn't it, really? We were obviously getting ready for the wedding, and that's where the whole journey began because we were trying to get in shape for the wedding. So trying to find the right diet, trying to find the right exercise, trying to optimize sleep, because Andy kept getting up during the night, which would obviously disrupt his sleep, but then it would impact me as well. Because I'm not resting
I want
then.
separate rooms, to be honest.
Oh, we did for a while.
Yeah.
I was getting up in the
Yeah.
middle of the night and going into a different room.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't a marriage. So, yeah, we were on that wedding kick. And I think that's when it started, probably 8 years ago. I won't say we were overweight, but we were bigger than we are now and bigger than we wanted to be. And it was just that default of you're working for the man in a high-pressured sales job. We were coming home, ordering pizzas, eating badly, thinking that, at 24, 25, you can do whatever you want to your body and it'll be fine. But actually, that's not the case.
Yeah.
And I think it was the weight that started it for us, because that's when you see pictures and you go, oh, that's not how I want to look. So it began with you trying to find the right diet for us. I'm not the science person, as you can probably tell. So Andy went down the rabbit hole of trying to find the right diet and discovered keto. And then that was the one that we have you done that diet before?
I did vegan keto.
Oh,
I've
wow.
never been fatter. Never been
It's
bigger
a
in my
difficult
life.
one.
I was eating like a protein shake with like avocado, MCT oils, nut butters. Like,
Oh, dear.
It's quite extreme,
was
isn't it? And
ridiculous.
it worked for you to get the weight off, the
I
initial
feel like it worked
weight.
for men very well.
Yes.
I agree.
It was difficult for women. It does help you shed the weight, but
it's like
high
therapeutic
fat,
a little bit.
Yeah,
high fat is
so
a no
hard.
for me now.
Yeah, so hard. So I had a load of gut issues as a result of that, but it worked for you. And then I got a PT for the first time. You had already been avid gym goer anyway. So it was kind of just that wedding prep thing.
Yeah,
Because you
wow.
want, it's that one moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
As a bride anyway, you want to look epic.
Yeah.
So we just started going down the rabbit hole from them. And when you get addicted to eating well and working out and you see how your body looks as a result of it and how you feel, you then want to do more. And you're like, well, what next? What next? How can I sleep better? How can I improve my skin? How can I improve my recovery? And it was just an evolution from there on. And then it was only probably in the last 5 years that you start to hone in on to the spiritual side of things. Yes, you can look good and feel good, but internally, are you at the core who you want to be? And is it aligned with where you want to go with life? So that's become a bigger part of our journey now as well.
Would love to hear about that. Just kind of that journey, more of like the soul's understanding the soul's journey and what that's looked like for each of you.
It was a big moment for you, wasn't it, when you went and did a test about your calling in life, I guess.
Yeah.
And then that kind of started the journey for us to learn more.
Yeah, exactly. I guess like one of the reasons the business was started off the back of, I guess, what we were looking into was I struggled to really fit in the working environment. So I had a lot of issues of being very successful, but not really accepted like in the workplace. So I went to see a psychiatrist in 2017, early 2017, only really just to understand like, what am I doing wrong? I thought, why am I really successful, but not particularly well liked within like the companies I was working for? And they sat down and we spoke and we did some tests, and the test came back and she was like, I only see these results maybe like once every 10, 15 years. Like I've seen it like 3 times in my career. And she just said, you've got the personality for a CEO. Start your own company. You will make it successful. Like you will not be happy if you have to work for someone. So that was the real spurring moment for us sort of spiritually to be, you know what, like there isn't something wrong with me. It's just the system doesn't serve who I am at my core.
Wow.
And that's when your energy shift happened, because then he's in his lane. He's doing what he was meant to be doing. And that really shifted you as a person, as the relationship, and how you showed up every day. And I think that then attracts more abundance, right? You're in the right place, you're in your lane. And that's when I saw our life shift, not just because we quit our day jobs and started the company together, but he was following his purpose. The energy was very, very different. And I think when you're in your right lane, attracting the right energy, and also when you're looking after your body, you're in a good flow state, your parasympathetic system is working, you're open to receiving more. And then that's when life starts to really amp up for us. And I think that was a pivotal moment, really.
Yeah, it definitely was. And, wasn't that I was doing particularly anything wrong in the corporate world. It was just my ideas to do things weren't listened to. And that frustrated me to the point where I was just like, this is how we got to do it, guys. If we want to grow this company, this is how we got to do it. And people would be like, no, that's not the way to do it. And I think that just infuriated me to be like, I just know how to do this.
Isn't it? You're putting out anger and you're going to attract more anger into your life. We all know the law of attraction. It's the like attracts like. And unfortunately, that was what was getting put out there. So now you're in control of what we do with the business. It attracts more abundance. It really does.
Yeah, I think I was thinking about this weekend, I spoke at this conference and I was talking about how purpose, like finding purpose helped me to like center in spirituality a lot too, because you're like, okay, now I know why I'm connected. Now I know why I'm here. I know why I'm supporting others. I know why I'm being supported. It kind of like makes sense. You're like, okay, I'm serving, they're serving, I'm being served. But I think in the journey, it's like I had to get the wellness sort of under control. Like you really have to be able to be mentally well, physically well, to seek almost, like, or to have the ability to seek. I think I've been seeking my whole life, even when I was mentally well or not, but it's helped me so much to have that. Actually, no, what I would say, I wouldn't say you don't have to be well to seek, because I was seeking when I was unwell. But I feel like having the purpose has helped me seek in a different way.
Yeah.
Or like try and find something greater.
But again, it's the whole energy, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're unwell, no matter what you say or think, your body truly knows it's unwell.
Yeah.
And therefore it can't attract the right energy into it. So you have to, looking after your body, it's not just a form of self-care, it's a form of a portal to open up the life that you want and are meant to have, because it will filter through if you're in the right parasympathetic state. If you're constantly inflamed or unwell, your body knows that. No matter what, you can say all the affirmations you want into the mirror and think all the positive thoughts. Your body knows it's unwell, and therefore it's operating at that wrong vibrational frequency, and it cannot attract what you want. So I think you have to look after your wellness, physical, emotional, mental, in order to have optimal life in any capacity.
Knowing what you know now, just from that experience in particular, having a personality test done and understanding kind of you were in kind of the wrong arena of sorts and not in a place where you could really lead and have your visions executed. How has that changed or influenced the way that you lead as CEO and just running this company and with the team? Because we know too, it's not easy to manage people, but how do you really empower people on your team?
Yeah, I love that. I think it's a really good question and exactly what I was cognizant to wanting to do when we founded Bond Charge, which was to make sure people are empowered, people aren't afraid to fail as well, letting them or letting them fail and not stressing about it, knowing that they're going to learn and evolve by failing within the organization. So I always say that to any new starters, like, do not be afraid. You're going to fail in some areas and that's okay. And I think that's been met with open arms, because not only do they feel confident to go and attack their areas, being not afraid to fail means that they're opening up so many more opportunities to succeed. And that's really allowed them to be empowered in their lanes, but also for the company to grow at the rapid rate that it has been growing, because we're empowering them to take more risks, knowing that the consequences for them if they fail aren't going to be you're going to lose your job.
Right.
It's going to be, well done, you took that risk, and let's take another one until we succeed. So
I think we also, when we do bring staff into the company, we try not to give them a rigid role, because they might not have found out what is their path and what their calling is in life and what they're strongest at and what they gravitate towards. We try to keep it quite broad, which is difficult for a lot of people to understand. There isn't a set job description or a set job title, but they naturally find who they are, particularly if they're like fresh out of uni, a fresh graduate. You're still young, you're still discovering yourself, let alone what you want to be in the world. So that's helped tremendously.
Yeah, Brooke's a prime example of that in our team. So we brought her on to pick and pack some orders. She came from a shop, Kukai. I don't know if you have it over here, just like a clothes shop that they take young grad girls or finished school girls. And she came in, did that, and then she did a bit of customer service. And 3 years later, she's had 3 promotions. She's our head of like supply chain planning, because we discovered 18 months in that she had this aptitude for numbers, spreadsheets, and supply and demand.
Yeah, she was sat doing customer service, which is all words and communication. So you have to pivot.
What would you say to someone, a lot of our audience, they do want to find purpose. They want to find their thing, and you guys found your thing. What would you say to them?
I say you have to explore. I think play. I think when you remove not the search or the force, but if you can just be open-minded, optimistic, and play, that's when it shows up. It's when you're having fun. I think that's your true childlike personality comes through, and then it should open up the vision of what you need to do with your life. That's my take on it.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I think sometimes you can use your mind too much and go, right, I think I'm meant to be this person. I have these characteristics or this personality, therefore this is my path in life. And you forget to play and have fun. And it's in those moments when you lose your mind, ultimately. The creativity comes through, and then that's who you are meant to be. And then you can follow suit with that.
I've been thinking about that a lot lately with just the advent of AI and, there's so many benefits to AI. And then there's also, what's going to happen with, what they teach in schools and how our kids learn. And will there be, are there going to be, quote, jobs or things for them to actually do based on what they're learning in school? It seems like there's like kind of just a disconnect there.
Yeah.
But to this point of just kind of seeing that childlike wonder, like looking at kids and being like, what is their spirit like showing us? Like they love to solve a problem, or like they love to organize things, or they love to be creative in this particular way. And just being able to not like force upon them, but just cultivate that. And I think we can also afford to do that for ourselves.
Of course we can.
Look back on, I have home videos. Thankfully, my mom took so many home videos. I look back on them when we go home, and I'm like, oh my God, she loved to do that. Oh my God, she was like this. Like just kind of reawakening those parts of us, because there are going to be kind of this this AI thing happening, we have to like remember the very human innate parts of us
Very true.
that are meant to be giving, you know, those gifts to the world, but also like the gift back to ourselves by actually embodying them again.
That is so true. Yeah. And that is the way the world's going, AI now,
Yeah.
right? And you have to remember that we are humans. So what makes us humans and how are we different to AI? And remember that and always draw into that. Don't steer too far away from it. Like we have with nature, we've gone too far away from nature, hence why we need now biohacks. Let's not go too far away from who we are as humans with AI, that we need this bridge back to just being an actual human again. Hopefully we don't reach that stage, but you have to watch it.
Yeah. How do you guys see AI?
We've started adopting it into our business because, hey, they say you have to, and more on the creative side to sort of see, can it produce content for us? I don't know. I'm an optimist. I can't see how it all of a sudden is going to take over the world and take over humankind. But then I'm not the scientist in things, and you might see things differently. I can't see how this technology is all of a sudden going to control humans.
We're at this like sort of crossroads with it. I guess it's relatively new and it needs a lot of refining. You know, it's nowhere near the level it's going to be in 4 or 5 years time, but I guess the technological revolution of things are going to speed that up. And you know, the internet is very different today what it was in the 90s when it came out. It's definitely going to dehumanize things, but what we've also got to remember is someone is writing and programming this technology, so the answers and direction that perhaps it's giving you isn't necessarily going to be your own thoughts. It's going to almost replace what should I do here? It's almost going to be making decisions for you, but who is programming AI to make those decisions for you? You know, it's that whole thing that we were sort of touching on earlier. They don't want us to be healthy. They don't want us to live well, you know, so
they want to control what we know.
They want to control, because you only have to look at certain things. You ask AI now, like, you know, without going too deep into it because it's BS anyway, but you know, you talk to it about COVID and whether that was, you know, X, Y, and Z rather than what was presented by the media, and it doesn't want to know. It doesn't want to talk about it. It's like, no, I'm not talking about that.
Wow. I was thinking about, it's funny you just said that, because I was like, it's interesting that in COVID, we were all isolated. And then we were on our devices and on social media more than ever before. So it's isolated on social media, on devices, and then AI drops. Yeah. And then it's like, now we're already addicted. We're already on our phones all the time. And now we also have this connection point.
Good point.
There they like give you the problem of not feeling connected. And then we have this thing that helps us feel connected in a way, or helps us feel soothed or seen, or all of these things. That's where I think it's interesting how easy it is to trick yourself into feeling the feeling of validation or connection or something from it. You know, like so many people have, I mean, I do too. Like we all have, I mean, not all, but a lot of my friends, we have positive associations with Chat GPT.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love Chat Daddy. Like we laugh. Like I'm like, we are like buds. Like, and I'm like, that is not your bud. But it already becomes that because it is kind to you. It validates you. It helps you.
It's giving you that dopamine hit.
Gives you that dopamine hit.
Every time you pick it up, it's there instantly. You haven't got to work for it. It's there.
Yeah. I think I've felt, I think a lot of times in our work of personal growth, self-development, especially spiritual, they're always like, change is coming, change, this is unprecedented times. And for a while I was like, unprecedented times, and then I'm like, you guys have been saying this for so long. But now with AI, I'm like, oh, this feels different. Yeah, this really feels like something different and something very profound is happening.
But it's how we choose to use it, right?
For sure.
So as long as enough human beings choose to use it in the right way, it can be a positive thing. Access to information is great. It's how we learn. It's how we evolve. It's how we grow by having more knowledge. It's just making sure that's why we use it and we don't then become reliant on it or a slave to it. And then it becomes the problem.
Yeah. And I do believe in the human spirit, where I believe that we will never want to just AI our entire life and like lose out on human connection. I do believe that like we desire that true connection, that true expression. Like when you see art, or if you see a Broadway show, or if you like read a book that moves you, it's like that. I can tell AI writing versus as of now.
Oh my gosh. Same.
As of now.
Of course you can. Yeah.
Versus like someone who actually wrote something. And like when I consume something that's actually written by a person, I'm like, oh, this feels so good.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of exposed
You
to
could
so
hear
much
their
AI
voice
writing.
and their consciousness.
Yes.
I was thinking our book, we it was just before
AI.
before AI. Like
Yeah.
we had our book come out in June, but we turned it in, edited it just before AI. And now all the books now, you're going to be like, like I got a book sent to me in the mail because we get books all the time. And I I was like, is this AI?
You're starting to see it already.
I just was like, this is an interesting thing.
Because like you think, I mean, we could go down this rabbit hole, but ghostwriter or AI,
That's real.
like that might become a little bit obsolete in some.
So true. Ghostwriters might become obsolete.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But you can get really good it's crazy, like personalized data for health stuff on Chat Daddy. You could even upload your blood results if you get like a blood panel or whatever, and it can kind of give you like everything. Like it's so
I don't know
crazy.
if it's so good yet though. I think we should be cautious.
Yeah, well, definitely.
I agree.
You know?
I know it doesn't know astrology.
Yeah.
It must have astrology all the
It's
time.
not going to know.
That's my baseline. That's my baseline of truth.
We also want to be careful what information we're feeding into it as well. If that's personalized
For
data, do we
sure.
want to be putting that in there and asking it
I
questions?
read something the other day that your search things on chat are somehow
they take them.
public.
Yeah, they have access to them. They
Got it.
take them there. I don't know if they're public though. That would be a good question.
That would be crazy.
That's actually crazy because
Yeah.
that's definitely insight into people's psyches. Because what people put in Chat Daddy is so
that would be
crazy.
wild.
This was a fun game with my friends. We were hanging out and we played Chat Daddy games where we were like, ask your chat what the weirdest questions you ever asked it was. Like, ask your chat if you could be a color, what were you? Ask your chat, like, if you could describe us in 5 words, what would you say? Ask your chat if you could describe my wedding day. Like, and you just ask chat to like reflect back to you all of these things. It was so crazy.
Have you asked it to do your color analysis yet?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
It was cool.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Did you believe it?
I was like a golden amber or something. I don't know.
Sure.
It's based on one picture that you upload, though, right? So.
You know what's so crazy? I'll do all the time. I keep uploading pictures of myself. I'm like, how old do you think I am?
Crazy.
Every time it's like says the same thing, and I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, what brought you to that conclusion?
Actually, on that note, on aging note, do you what's your relationship with aging? I feel like we all want to look youthful, all want to feel youthful.
Yeah.
And I also, it's like that fine line we've been talking about, right? You know, where at what point do we accept certain aspects of aging, whether it's the aesthetic or not? And at what point do we kind of accept and embrace? What has been your relationship with it?
Yeah, I guess from my standpoint, I think if there's options out there to keep you looking and feeling young, why are we not embracing them?
Yeah.
As long as they're not too bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they have to be holistic and good for your well-being, be that physically, mentally, or emotionally. Why would you not? Because if you're looking good and feeling good, you're going to have more energy. You're going to show up a better person. You're going to be more confident. You're going to attract a lot more positivity into your life. So for me, it's if the practices are there, use them. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if men have a different view on that. I guess men are
that's a great question.
They kind of, I don't know, you have that mentality of age gracefully and I don't know, men have the luxury of aging, don't they? They almost have that maturity about them when they age. Whereas for women, it's a bit different. It shouldn't be, but it is. It is. So I don't know. How do you feel differently about aging?
Yeah, I still feel there's like underlying, parts of that I am conscious of, like that I do want to sort of age gracefully, but also I don't want, it's very, like you were saying, it's very different. I don't want to look younger per se. Like I guess women they want to look and feel younger, whereas I don't. I like the age I am. I just want to look good for my age. I think that's more the mentality of a man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's a little bit different societally, like you said.
Right.
That's difficult. But I don't think there's a right or wrong, especially from the female perspective as well. I think, if you want to embrace the technologies and the skincare and the surgeries, whatever it may be, and that makes you feel great, then do that. But if you don't want to have the Botox, if you want to, age naturally and more gracefully, Pamela Anderson, I think, is doing a lot of that at the moment from what I see on the news. I think that's great as well. I think it's just down to the individual and society, unfortunately, glamorizes the, turn back the clock and look younger.
Yeah.
And I think Both are fine.
Yeah.
Would you do something more extreme like surgery?
Fuck yeah. What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
Yeah.
Facelift will happen for me.
Yeah.
For sure.
I kind of have to just see.
In like 20 years.
Because you do have to do them multiple times.
Yeah.
Do you?
They do fall, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can't even, that is the new thing in LA.
Yeah.
Facelifts at like
Ponytail lift.
35,
Oh my gosh.
like young.
But you,
That is young.
but
That's
that's
the
the
new
thing,
thing.
getting it young, it's like you do.
But you know what's interesting about the facelifts is I'll keep you guys posted. I'm not getting one anytime soon. But it's interesting with the facelifts because a lot of what people are doing right now is sort of going around what you do with a facelift, and a facelift kind of covers a lot of bases. So a lot of people are getting fillers, they're getting Botox, they're getting like threads, or they're getting things that are like lifting and shaping. But a facelift kind of does all the things that they're kind of doing to prevent themselves from getting a facelift. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like if you just get a facelift, you won't need to get the Botox. If you
Yes.
just get so
Yeah.
I think it's actually, I don't know how I feel about it, whatever, but it is an interesting thing because I think that may be the standard that people go by rather than all of the kind of additive stuff. Like if you were thinking about simplifying, you'd be like, I'm just going to do this and then I'm good for 20 years. Maybe, but who knows? I think it's kind of a slippery slope.
I want to reevaluate at a certain age. I don't know what that age is yet. But I worry about, not worry, but like, I don't want my kid to look at me and be like, who the fuck are you now?
Oh my God. My kids
Do you know
will
what I mean?
anyways.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to be like,
Yeah.
Just
You're
you.
Yeah.
I just want to be me for until they're 18. And then after that, whatever. But
Yeah.
like, I'm I guess thinking about that now where it's not just me, you know, it's like, okay, like how does this actually affect my child, I suppose.
I don't really, yes, 100%. I don't really compare. I don't look at other people and compare, but I just know with myself, I'm like, I just am like, how do I be the most beautiful, amazing version of myself? And I'm like, oh, that's going to be surgery at some point.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going to be some good
and it's going to
surge.
get so much, like it's going to get better
For
and
sure.
better and better.
It
and
already
like,
is. It's come a long way already.
I
Stem cell
100% agree.
facelifts.
Oh yeah,
and
the
everything
stem
they're
cell
doing.
things too. Like a lot of people are doing stem cells as well.
Yeah.
Mhm. Are you guys on the peptide train?
As I was asking them.
Yeah.
Not as much.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Mhm.
Doing the copper ones, are you?
Topically in the last week.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can say I'm on the train yet.
Mhm.
I'm trialing it, but I hear rave reviews about it.
Yeah.
So
Are
I
you
think
looking at
that's the new
science
thing.
behind it?
I'm not, no,
Okay.
but I will.
We'll put you on task. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give him your list of questions.
Yeah. I'll go down the rabbit hole for us.
I'm always curious from people that really love the science of things. I'm like, what do you think?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh no, I do. Every time I want to adopt a new skincare practice, I'm like, can you just vet this for
Yeah.
me? Like,
Yeah.
is this true? Does it work? You know,
That's true.
you need it because otherwise you just go with the emotion, right? You know,
Yeah,
you're
that's
clinging
true.
on to something. You see the before and afters on a website or the
Mhm.
reviews. You're like, yes, that's going to be me.
Yes.
And I'm like, but is there science to this? And I always
Yeah.
have to run it past.
Is there any
Past
exciting
you.
science that you found recently with anything in health and wellness that you're like, this is groundbreaking or this is fascinating?
You read so much. This is the problem.
Yeah, I know. I think the big one for me is the medical application of pulsed electromagnetic field therapy. So this isn't what our PEMF mat does, but there's been some studies recently that have been conducted on mending fractured bones, and certain frequencies of pulsed electromagnetic field can actually rewire the communication network where the nerve has been severed between the two bones and actually have it heal in, a matter of weeks rather than months. And that's crazy.
You know what's crazy is I broke my foot. I was living in Europe and I broke my foot and they didn't take care of it at all. So it was like in a boot, in a cast.
Yeah.
And then I started walking in again. They're like, yeah, they didn't like x-ray or anything. So my foot was broken for like a year.
Ooh.
So I actually went to the doctor and they gave me one of those. So I wore this boot that was they called it a bone growth stimulator. And it basically, the vibrational frequency was supposed to set the fracture and then help it heal. And so I wore a boot for like a year. You'd wear it at home just like chilling, and I had to wear a boot otherwise. But yeah, I had one of those things and it worked.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's been the big one for me recently.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was reading
That's fascinating.
Lee Harris's book and
Yeah.
kind of like channeling about the future human. And they were, the Z's were saying that is going to be the healing. Sound and frequency are going to be the future of
Yes.
healing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which we know. I think we like
I think
kind of
that's
have
true.
known, but
Yeah.
like are going to become more mainstream in hospitals, like et cetera. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree on the sound. I've been saying this to you, that I keep seeing a lot more studies coming out on sound and how certain frequencies are actually, in some cases, shrinking cancer cells and things. Yeah. So I think there's going to be a lot more around sound, around PEMF technology.
Yeah, light.
Absolutely.
I think
it's
sound
all
and light.
frequencies. Again, it's going back to the fundamentals of nature.
Yeah.
It's a frequency. It's an energy field of any source.
Yeah.
That is what it is. And I think that a lot more of wellness will start to go into that space as well, as we go back to basics or understand nature, really, and then bring it into our modern day world in some capacity in the form of a device or practice.
It's going to be like, it's funny because like I'm having a weird alien moment, but it's funny because like the pills and like all the outside external stuff will be like so archaic.
Yes.
When at some point we're like, it's actually sound and light and thought. You know, it's like consciousness, sound, and light. It's like, oh, of course I'm healing myself by sound, consciousness, and light. Like, remember when we took a pill? Remember when we like, you know, had chemo to break all of our cells? You know what I mean? Or like did all, there's so many medical things that are like, will be seen as archaic by the future.
100% it will. I think it's just, again, just strayed so far away from how we used to live ancestrally that we will come full circle. And yes, we'll do it in a more modern way. We'll do it with technology to harness those frequencies, but it will come back around. And actually less will be more. It will just be eating the right food, getting the right light, doing the right movement, listening to the right music, having the right energy around us.
The right music is everything.
I know, I was just about to say, I'm like,
don't get me on that tip.
Please.
Don't get me on that
ready.
tip.
I'm ready for it to. I was thinking about how when we grew up, I don't know what you guys were listening to, but like some of the songs are so wholesome.
Yes, we always say this.
What are you wanna do?
Yes.
Oh my God, good one.
And now it's like, wow.
Oh my God, so I mean, Satan's just all up in that.
It's the
He's
words,
working hard.
It's the words, it's the frequencies.
Everything.
Yes.
It's wild.
It was really, really interesting. There's been some, how do you say it, like paleoarchaeological studies that have been conducted on ancient megalithic sites that are between 12 to 7,000 years old. And they've done archaeoacoustic testing to show that when you're speaking within these monuments, the sound is reflecting at certain frequencies, and these frequencies are actually very healing.
Wow.
And they found very similar frequencies in
Egypt, for sure.
Like Egypt, like Central America, Cambodia, places like that, all sort of similar time these monuments were built.
Wow.
But they're all resonating at the same frequencies when you're speaking or clapping or chanting within these.
Oh, that's fascinating.
These buildings. So it shows that the ancients knew that sound frequency could heal, and now we'll have moved away from that, and we just pop pills and expect it to do the same.
Well, we're coming back.
In Egypt, they say that the stones were moved by sound, by the singing choirs of angels.
Yeah.
Like, alientologists believe that. That's the only Egypt stuff that I know is the alien stuff. Hey, literally, that's my goal. I've been wanting to go to Egypt on a pilgrimage, but I'm like, the only person that I want to go with, he's like a UFOologist. So the whole Egypt trip is like about aliens in Egypt, not like about any other history. It's like, this is aliens because it's like all about how aliens created Egypt, which is like my journey. What are you guys excited about right now? Like, what are you guys looking forward to as a brand and as a business? Like, what's felt really good? What can we look forward to?
There's a number of things. We've got some new products coming.
Ooh,
so
really?
more in the beauty sector.
Yay.
I think that's something our audience have really sort of resonated with.
Yeah.
So we're going to be expanding more into that. One I'm really excited about, which I'm hoping will be in January, if we can keep it to task, is a new invention. Because to date, we haven't necessarily invented things. We've adopted the science that from the academic literature to enhance products that are already on the market, a bit like the Dyson model. That's kind of what we've been. But this is a new product that I've just thought doesn't exist. It has to work. So I'm in prototype stage for it. I'm praying it comes off. But for us, it's expanding the team and getting out of the weeds. You know, we've had 8 years of growing the company now, where it's been us behind the screens doing all the marketing and the sales and the growth and the social media, and hiring a team that can do that so we can step back out into the roles that we enjoy in the business. There was a couple of years where we weren't enjoying the business anymore. It was too stressful. You know, growth comes it's great financially and it's great for the reward it brings, but it takes a lot on you. It requires you to level up quite quickly. And that exhausted us, didn't it? And burnt us out a bit. So I think we're looking forward now to stepping back out into the bits that we enjoy and be who we want to be in the business, because that's why we created it. You know, it was off the back of you having that revelation and that insight into who you're meant to be in the world. And I think making sure we don't go away from that and come back
So the
through.
business serves you, not you serving the business.
Exactly that. It's exactly
I think that's a lot of people. I think on the entrepreneurial journey, you kind of go through that. You're like, you figure out a way to have the business serve your life.
Yes.
Like, oh, okay, actually, that's the point of this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know.
Otherwise, the business becomes bigger than you are, which is great. But then you have to remember why you're doing it.
Totally.
And it has to fit within your life.
The right support.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
You
So
deserve
it's
that.
exciting.
It's awesome.
I know.
We love sitting down with you guys. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
being
It's
here.
been so much fun.
Last time we were together, we were in Sydney, so it's nice to be
I know.
here in New York. It's been 6 years.
I know.
That's insane.
That's
That is
crazy.
insane.
I think
I look
this happens.
better. We do look better.
Oh,
I think
Here's the thing about
I
it,
was
Jen.
underground.
I'm going to dig out the photo. I think I've got it somewhere.
Please do.
I'll dig it out from
love
6 years
seeing
ago.
people
Yeah.
getting healthier, looking better. Like
I think everyone I know is just looking better. Everyone
100%.
in my immediate circle, I would say people in other spaces aren't, but all my friends are.
Yeah.
It's because
that's
I learned
so
it
good.
from you, right? Listen to the
Yeah.
podcast, getting all your tips.
Because they're around me. No, it just means when you're like, all my friends is just like, they're so happy and they're so clear with their values and their life and their service, and they're good people.
That's lovely.
like they're all good people that are just loving and kind and
how lucky that you've got them in your life.
life is
I love
is
that.
good. Life is good. Okay, well, we love you guys. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you for
you.
being here.
We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You guys can go to BonCharge to get some of their amazing devices. It's BonCharge.com and use code almost30. Again, we love all of their products. I really love the red light therapy devices and the PEMF devices. And Lindsay loves
The red light face mask every single night. I also have the panel, and then the toothbrush, baby. I'm waiting for it. I think we're all going to be red lighting our gums.
Yeah, I can't wait.
By the end of the year. Okay, everybody. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe because every single week we have 2 new episodes. So subscribe so that they're in your pod inbox. And if you love the show, it means so much to us if you would leave a review or share it with a friend.
All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Later.